breaking news story. We'll talk about this before we get into Rhode Island news. We got to talk about the breaking news story with Jonathan Majors. Jonathan Majors, one of the most up and coming actors, one of the best actors right now, one of the most popular actors in recent times. Literally this year, he was involved in two of the most popular movies, Creed 3 and also Ant-Man Quantumania. Jonathan Majors has been dropped by Marvel.
This nigga's crazy.
Marvel. I'd be mispronouncing. By Marvel. Marvel Comics, Marvel Studios, owned by Disney, has dropped Jonathan Majors because of the fact that he's been found guilty today of 2 of 4 alleged charges by a Manhattan jury. Rumored of about 6 days of deliberation, they found a 34-year-old actor guilty of a misdemeanor of assault and also harassment violation stemming from his March confrontation, the argument he got into it with his girlfriend driving home from dinner in a car service vehicle. And she said that he attacked her in the car and he left her in excruciating pain. This is Grace Jabari, his girlfriend. And for a bit of background when it comes to how important Jonathan Majors is for Hollywood, because this is one of the biggest stories in recent Hollywood. This is going to shift the entire movie industry going forward because Jonathan Majors played Kang the Conqueror. This is the main villain in the Marvel universe, the MCU. He was slated to be in 6 of the next Marvel movies, including the Avengers Kang Dynasty that was going to come out in 2025. They pushed it to 2026, and now today Marvel's announced that they're changing the name. It's not going to be Kang Dynasty. It's going to be Avengers 5. Sounds whack. Avengers 5, right?
Sounds like a placeholder.
Sounds like a placeholder. But yes, also on top of that, he was one of the most highest paid actors in Marvel history with $20 million that he was going to make at the back end of his salary once the Avengers 5 movie was going to come out. But definitely not the top actor. Robert Downey Jr. is number 1 with $75 million he made, I think, just from Endgame alone, which is to this day the biggest Marvel movie in history. But let's talk about the situation with Jonathan Majors. People saw the video that went viral of him running away from his girlfriend. TMZ got the exclusive footage. This was caught literally from the security cameras all over New York, Manhattan, or whatever the area is, but downtown New York, it feels like. And you see the security cameras everywhere from the buildings, and you see Jonathan Majors running away from her, right? So people felt like, damn, so she must have been attacking him as well. Why is he running away, right? He's running away. You would have thought he was being like gonna get drafted in an NFL combine, running very fast. But today, he's guilty. To me, is honestly shocking. I thought, even obviously, you know, with Disney's money, you would think this motherfucker's gonna get off, right? He's gonna have the best lawyers in the world, the dream team. But then now the internet is making it a race thing. The comments are going crazy. Twitter's going crazy. They're making it about the fact that she's a white girl. They're saying online, this is why you shouldn't date a white woman because of the fact that she's white. She did this to him. Comparing it to the Johnny Depp and what's that woman's name? Amber Heard.
Amber Heard.
The Amber Heard and Johnny Depp case. That this is the same thing. The only thing is now Jonathan Majors is black. Which I get for like context of like, okay, you know, just for conversational pieces. But in reality, bro, if he hit her, he fucking hit her. If he hit her, he hit her.
Yeah.
Now, is there a case of maybe her lying and then the jury siding with her? I don't know. You know, I was joking a bit in a group chat about the idea of like, you know, it's a holiday season. Because I've seen it in movies and stuff and shows too, where like it's a holiday season. You see the jury kind of rushing. I want to go home. I want to go home. But it wasn't like a one-day decision. It was like almost like a week of decision. So it looks like he hit her. And it looks like he rightfully so was, you know. Oh, I forgot to mention, the conviction, he's going to be convicted February 6th, and he's going to be facing up to 1 year in prison. So he might go to jail for 1 year. And if he does, I think it's going to be, obviously, visually, the idea of him being in cuffs, being brought into there, you know, having to have visitation from his now girlfriend, Megan Good. You know what I'm saying? He got Megan Good right after this whole situation started rumbling in March. He's with Megan Good, and then Megan Good's with him going to court. The whole trial, she's there with him, side by side, which a lot of people are also saying is another PR stunt. He needs like a strong black woman by his side for like visual representation and this and that strategic representation, by Disney.
Yeah.
Because Megan Good came out of a relationship. I think she was dating a priest or father, someone very religious. And it was like a very she found God with him, very committed, and then they broke up, right? And then she was like, she's gonna be single for a while, and out of nowhere, Jonathan Majors, right? The girl, Grace, his ex-girlfriend now, said that he was texting a girl in the car. She saw the text, that she didn't like the text. It was like he was texting the way she said like something about like, oh, when am I gonna see you? Basically alluding to like something's going on with this girl. Like he had already a history with her. It could have been Megan Good. You know what I'm saying? That would have been crazy. This motherfucker was texting Megan Good the whole time, and now they are in this whole situation.
Shoot or shoot.
Yeah. Like I was talking about with Eric, it's really crazy because we really like Jonathan Majors as an actor. Like Jonathan Majors was a phenomenal actor. I watched him also in the show that was canceled on HBO. Damn, it's off the top of my head, I forgot it. But it was about it was a racial show like about back in the day and like but then aliens. It was like
I know what you're talking about.
It was crazy, good ass show, but it was canceled. People were mad because it was canceled. That was kind of my main introduction to him. He's also done some like biopic work. One of the most important actors of this time, and then this shit happens. In my opinion, I'm not really into the conspiracy of this being. I don't know how you feel, Noel, but I'm not really into the conspiracy of this being like
PR stunt?
or not, yeah, PR stunt, or like the fact that he's like he's innocent. They did him wrong. His family was seen outside the court saying this is America to the camera. They were like, "Oh, what do you guys feel?" They were like, "This is America. This is America."
Yeah, trying to make it a race thing.
Yeah, and then his lawyer, his team of lawyers said that this is a disgrace, that they're disappointed, which maybe they're alluding to. What did he call it when they do it again? Not a retrial?
No.
Is it called retrial?
You can't.
You can't retrial though because he's convicted.
You can appeal it.
Appeal it. That's what I mean.
Appeal the ruling.
That's what Tory Lanez is trying to do.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, I don't know. I don't think he's gonna have a successful appeal. But yeah, this is breaking news as of today. How do you guys feel about it?
So, first thing is this: there was money behind this case because I didn't know he was slated for 6 Marvel movies. Disney was involved. I refuse to believe Disney didn't probably give him the best lawyer. And I refuse to believe that there wasn't money being pumped in this situation. Now, if we take that to be true, that he had great representation, I want people to understand something about the law. Because when they see the video, they think, oh, he was running because she's abusive.
Yeah.
Or he was running because he was in a very bad situation, he wanted to remove himself. The law is very clear. It does not care about whether, she hit him. Because in the moment, the law cares, well, did you assault someone, yes or no?
Yeah.
You can have a conversation about self-defense, but even self-defense, there's a clear definition for it. That didn't appear to be self-defense.
Also depends on the state that you're in, right?
Yeah, and I think they're in New York, right?
Yeah.
There's a lot of domestic violence laws in New York. So I think what happened here was, I'm never going to assume that someone put their hands on someone else, on either side. But I think there might have been enough evidence for the court to rule that, beyond reasonable doubt, Jonathan Majors put his hands on that woman.
Yeah.
Now, whether she put his hands on him and whether he was, fleeing from the situation because he feared in that situation is a completely different conversation. And it's up to your counsel to show that.
Yeah.
And it's not to prove that you didn't commit the crime. It's to prove, I was in a situation where it was, heated, there was conflict, it was violent.
Yeah.
I personally don't know anything about the case. I don't know if he did it. I think it's weird that the jury took 6 days, it was?
Yeah, something like that.
And did this. That means that they were really debating this. And I don't know what the charges was, because if he's just facing a misdemeanor for an assault charge, that means he must have gotten the lowest charge possible. So how it happens in court is they'll charge you for like 4 things, hoping one of them sticks.
Yeah.
It seems like that one stuck.
Yeah.
My question is, why did it stick? I would love to see why the jury came to that conclusion. And my biggest thing is this. Is this about race? I don't know. I'd have to see the makeup of the jury. Because in the state of, you guys need to understand, like, how
It's a jury of his peers.
of his peers.
What does that mean?
So juries are created according to the voter rolls. So if you're a registered voter, you are called in for jury duty. In the state of New York, the majority of those voters are progressive.
Yeah.
Because the state of New York is a blue state. And a lot of them are probably people of color. I would love to have seen the makeup of that jury because you're making it about race in a blue state that is notoriously known to be progressive with a jury that's probably, what, half people of color? Like,
Yeah.
this shit don't add up. And I know for a fact, if that was the case, then that jury would have thought at some point, maybe there is a racial thing going on here. Maybe I shouldn't rule against the African-American man because of the way the system has historically, went against black people.
Yeah.
That's why I'm like, how are you painting this a race? This is the wrong state to try that argument.
Yeah.
So it leads me to assume something did happen. There was some evidence. I don't have it, so I don't know.
Yeah, the driver said that reportedly there was an argument and he confirmed it, but he thinks from his side, the woman started it. He believes it was like mainly her.
Like, did he confirm that he put his hands on her?
He didn't say nothing to that yet.
Did they say what the numbers were? Like this much to this much?
What do you mean, like
with the juries and shit?
What was the jury's like? Who said yeah? Who said yes? Who said no? No, because I think
I think it has to be unanimous.
it has to be
It has to be
'cause
unanimous.
If it's not, then you mistrial or you're describing as gridlock. If both sides are split, it's gridlock. If one person says no, it's a mistrial.
It was unanimous. It has to be
It has
unanimous.
to be unanimous. So I'm trying to understand.
Meaning everyone said yes.
Everyone has to
Yeah,
agree. So
they
that's what
probably
I'm
probably
saying.
weren't unanimous with the two other charges, but they were unanimous with these because it was 4 in total. But then they just said
This one.
guilty
That's
to
my
2.
point.
For all of them to be in agreement, then
Yeah, and then at the same time, I mean, even like the driver saying that, like kind of siding with Jonathan out of nowhere, ran like now instead of before. It was kind of like,
is there no car video?
There's just the video footage.
supposedly not.
Yeah.
There's nothing inside the car,
Of him outside the car talking to her with
and
the,
she
and him
provided
running.
photos of like her. She has injuries. She provided photos.
And he had injuries as well.
Yeah. But I didn't see photos of his.
Yeah.
They
so
were photos of his.
he put up a photo of his hand scratched, bleeding. He had like some bruises.
Wow.
So this is my point. Like,
And in the audio of him, I sent you guys the audio of him like telling her like, "There's a plan. Like you gotta be like Coretta Scott, with MLK, and then you gotta be like
but he's just talking about etiquette. That's what
yeah,
he's
like
referring
basically
to.
like etiquette." But then she was trying to use it as like he was trying to be
abusive, and
controlling, which I get it. Especially I think it was after like an argument or something, because he's like, "I came home and you were drunk or something like that. You can't be that way, blah blah blah." So she's already recording. That's where people are saying it gives like Amber Heard vibes, like she's being very planned and strategic. But then at the same time, if the girl is,
in an abusive situation, she'd be recording for a reason.
and then culturally, man, we got to be honest. People want to see like, oh, because she's white. Oh, wait. So
It's only white people majority of the time do that shit.
yeah, but at the same time, because unfortunately, in black culture and of colored people as well, Hispanic culture, you see when women get abused, the women stay quiet because they want to stand by their man. They want to hold it down. They don't want to fuck up the family.
They're scared of family.
They want to fuck up the family, right? But is that the right thing? Not necessarily, because if she wants to seek legal ramification, she has to, because hey, that's not
her
okay what he's
right.
doing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But it's different cultures.
Yeah.
So that's what it also is. So people want to like downplay because she's white, etc. Hey man, like listen, if he hit her, he hit her. Now, did she hit him? That's where it fucks up. Who started?
Yeah.
He obviously saying that he was attacked. So he has evidence himself saying that he was hurt.
So would there
And
be
that's my
some type
point.
of difference if she started it?
No, yeah, because that's how the law works. The point of the defense, the prosecution is to prove you committed a crime. The crime is in an assault situation, you assaulted me first. Now, if they assaulted each other, then that's a scuffle, that's an argument, you could argue self-defense.
Yeah.
It's really blurry and complicated, but like, you're gonna tell me these niggas couldn't have made a better argument? Like, you have probably the best lawyers in the freaking country by Disney. What is going on here? That's why I was so
Yeah.
confused. Like, you
Doesn't make
beat-
sense.
You beat the major charges and you lost to the minor ones that they just throw in there to see if something sticks.
The
Bro,
misdemeanors.
He's not getting a year, bro. He's not getting any time. He's a first-time offender. That would be the most egregious misuse of justice I've ever seen. He will literally get community service and probation, and then anger management counseling.
Yeah.
That's it. That's all he's gonna get, and she's gonna get a restraining order on him. That'll be part of the agreement.
Now, will his career ever be the same?
Hell no.
I think his career.
I feel
I
like
think it's definitely gonna be, unless there's a successful appeal and like a miracle happens, or you see like not a miracle, it's possible. It can be considered a
I
miracle.
feel like
though.
we're gonna see more shit come up
Like more evidence,
Yeah,
a
with
crazy
the
appeal.
I think there has to be an appeal because you
know?
didn't lose on the major one. You lost on the lowest, like the misdemeanor. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
It wasn't the felony charge.
My thing though, unless they do it secretly and then they rebrand again, but Marvel, Disney dropping him now, I think is what makes things where it's like there was rumors of their legal team being behind this, helping him as well. If he doesn't have that money behind him or that legal team behind him,
He got money though.
he has money, but
He could
not-
appeal.
Not Disney money.
Here's my
You
thing.
know what I'm saying?
All right, so this is my question to you guys. Let's say he appeals.
Yeah, but what are the odds that that lady has better
Lawyers.
than him?
Yeah, to keep going through this fight. No. It's the prosecution. She has nothing to do with it.
Because
So
it's the state of New York.
It's the state of New York.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
This is my question to you guys. Let's say he appeals and he wins. What do we do with Disney?
Listen, it's gonna be interesting. They're gonna have to do a press. I think that Disney right now,
Do you sue Disney?
Disney really right now financially,
Are you gonna win against?
when it comes to
Disney?
like film wise and like content wise, they're really relying on the backing of the Marvel success. And Marvel right now is suffering. The Marvels, the all female cast of superhero movies, is like Disney's lowest selling like box
Damn.
office movie of all time. They're suffering really bad. It's been kind of like a lackluster rollout into like this new what do you call it? Like not this new era, for lack of better terms. I forgot the nerd terminology, and nerd in a good way because I'm a Marvel nerd. But yeah, man, I don't know. The Kang shit happening is major because now what are they gonna do? They want to recast. There's rumors of them recasting. I saw like Michael B. Jordan trending today. I'm like, that's not even possible because Michael B. Jordan already is in the Black Panther playing a different character. It doesn't make sense. I think it's gonna be very weird. They could maybe kill him off and then make it work, but then
That'd be
he
whack.
plays a variant. If you watch Marvel, he's a variant, meaning that he plays different versions of himself with this multi-universe. If you watch Quantumania, inside of that, he had to do like 50 or 100 like different outfits, they said, to play different roles because he played different roles inside that movie at the end. The end credit scene was crazy. So that was alluding to what's to come. If then none of that happens, Marvel has to go back to square one. They're fucked. You know, they're going to have to do, Marvel's going to have to do like a crazy X-Men movie. Blade is supposedly having issues with the writer. You know, that's supposed to be like one of the next major ones. Fantastic Four is supposed to be coming, but then Fantastic Four was supposed to be connected to King the Conqueror. So without King the Conqueror now, it's like, this is a whole mess. I'm pretty sure Disney right now is like the people working at Disney, the offices are going throwing paper in the air.
They just
Like the
heard it
SpongeBob
right now.
meme when he's running around in his
Yeah,
head.
Yeah,
yeah,
like
yeah.
like Marvel fans right now in uproar, going insane right now, and very confused because at the
like,
same time we don't know who the hell this girl
Papa
is.
Studios.
You know, we don't know who this girl is. She hasn't done like an interview. We don't know who this woman is, right? Everyone knows who Jonathan Majors is, but it's like you don't want to be like, hey, fuck the girl. I want my movie because obviously that's insensitive. This is about a woman that has been abused. But then now,
I would have waited for
what
the
the fuck
appeal.
is, you know,
I would have waited for the appeal.
for them to drop him?
Yo, yes, because if he wins that appeal, you are fucked. They're going to hang you in the court
Yeah.
of public opinion. Bro, Disney's gonna get fried.
Because that's what the issue was with Scarlett Johansson. I think she had a controversy with them, and she had like a lawsuit with them. And also there was another woman that was dropped. I think because of her opinion. I think she was on The Mandalorian. They dropped her because of her opinion on like the
Palestine.
vaccine or something. Palestine. It was something.
Yeah.
But then they had issues with that. So they've had like little stiffs and like lawsuit. But
So let
this is
me-
like the most
let
biggest
me
thing when they
ask you-
drop someone like this.
Let's say appeal goes, he's good. It was all fucking fabricated. Does Disney come back? And if Disney come back, does he take that position again?
I don't even think he takes it.
He probably wouldn't himself
I don't think he would.
for like moral ethic.
Yeah. Because then you look nuts.
Because he could
You
do
know
a
how
bunch
much
of.
power